I have a wife. Mashallah, I love her. She has children for me, 5 of them, alhamdulillah. And she has blocked my mother. She doesn't talk to my mother at all. And this is just being recent. It's been a year for this issue. I've talked to her many times, and she said, no, I'm not going to talk to your mother anymore. I blocked her. I don't want to visit her. And to a point, she said that she would not able to come to my home. She is saying that to me, and that's one of the questions I have. What is the haqq that my mother have up on my wife?
Okay. Second question.
The second question is, I ask her, since you're not going to talk to my mother, I will come to my decision. And if I leave from USA and go back to where I came from, which is Somalia, and I leave my children here, and would Allah put me accountable leaving my child in the Western and living here, leaving them, and not coming back here? Would Allah put me accountability leaving my children here?
Where is your wife from, Ali?
I'm sorry?
Where is your wife from?
She is from Somalia.
And what do you do for living?
For me, what I do for living is I am a consultant. That's what I do for living.
طيب. Yeah, Ali. Basically, these are not ordinary questions. These questions require private counseling session. And it is not fair to say your wife is right or wrong without knowing what are her reasons, you know? And also advising her with her rights and duties. So please, I would highly recommend that you should book a private counseling session as early as possible. And if there is no empty slots, I would request my assistants to create one for you especially. Because you're talking about a lot of serious matters. Secondly, generally speaking, does my wife have the right to restrict my mother from entering my house? No, she doesn't have this right. Okay? And I am, as a husband, and I am, as my mother's son, responsible to take care of both the wife and the mother, and to prevent any friction in between. The rights of the mother-in-law upon her daughter-in-law, like an aunt, like a maternal or paternal aunt, she's not like her mother. She doesn't have to serve her. She doesn't have to, she's not her daughter. But when she does so, she does this, number one, for the sake of Allah, seeking His pleasure or reward, and keeping in mind that one day that she will become a mother-in-law very soon. So she should keep in mind that she will be treated by her children-in-law the same way that she treats her mother-in-law. Number two, for the sake of the husband, because if your husband loves you so much, and he's taking care of you and is fulfilling all your needs within his capacity, then the least you can do is to make him happy with regards the way that you treat his mother. Anyway, it's complicated because I didn't hear from your wife. I don't know why. Maybe she has valid reasons. I cannot dismiss her right of explaining why did she come to this decision and what is the best way to handle this situation. So as I said, I'll be more than happy, inshallah, if you talk to my assistant right now or go online to spend time with you and your wife, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Returning back home and leaving your children, will you be responsible for them? Don't you think that this question came kind of very late? Why don't people ask this question before they travel to non-Muslim countries? Why don't they ask these questions before they have children and, mashallah, 5 kids? You know, some of them are teenagers now, I assume. And if you ask any of them that, you know, I'm interested in going back to Somalia, I say, you can go. You say, I want to go home. You say, well, this is my home. And guess what? Even your wife would say the same. So, you know, I started something. I got them used to a certain lifestyle and certain environment. Then I say, I just figured that this is not the proper way to raise my kids. I want to go back home. Really? Wallahi, this is very scary. Because at least when I'm sitting with them, I keep an eye on them. I give them nasiha. I supervise them. I make dua for them. You want to run away? You want to take off and that's it? Of course you're responsible. Who put them there? I'm not necessarily saying that, you know, because basically I would assume you're living in Minnesota, maybe. There are a lot of good schools, private Islamic schools, masajid, Islamic centers. So there are a lot of brothers and sisters, alhamdulillah, who are able to protect their children to the best of their ability. These matters have to be discussed in private. Akhil Habib, may Allah bless you and your family. May Allah ease the way between you and your wife and your mother.